we've got the next session coming up, which is our man, Jim. I've heard a lot about Jim. That's the 11. There we go. We're going on to the intro to the FECO Playbook as we get ready for Jack and Jim. FECO Playbook. Oh, that's the note for the background image is the FECO Playbook logo and Wheel of Hope. And if you can zoom in there, again, if you go to www.fecoplaybook.org, you'll find all this wonderful stuff in big, bright colors that you'll be able to see what some of the text says and all that. I'm sure we'll go over what the wheel has in store for us there. The Jeremy parts was as things kept going, people started to arrive on the scene to help out, and it definitely takes a village out there. And so if you're interested in getting involved with all this, we could always use as many people as possible, because it is a war, and unfortunately it is a war of attrition. And so we could certainly use more and more of everybody out there fighting the good fight.
Can you hear me?
Making things go.
Okay, good. Yeah.
There we go. And so the introduction, you have to.
I felt very stressed.
Garen share? Is that the way?
Let's do it.
Jim, you guys there?
We're here.
Okay. So
There's-
we've talked quite a bit about you guys since before you jumped on. This is Jim, guys. He is the leader of FECO Playbook. He is the one who kind of keeps all of us on mission to grow this. And I'm going to hand the floor over to kind of let him talk about FECO Playbook and what it means to him and what's his mission.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Well, hey, everybody. I want to introduce my mentor and my good friend, Jack Kungle. Jack, do you want to just do a 30,000-foot view of what you've had going on, a little bit introduction, so we can get into the FECO Playbook concept?
Well, my name is Jack Kungle. I am a terminal cancer survivor. I got injured at work, so I had all kinds of medical issues that had to be addressed. And so the cannabis was introduced to me, and it actually saved my life. That's kind of why I'm here. Awesome.
And that's why I reached out to Jack about a year and a half ago. I was introduced to him by another OG from the past that's actually been making oils, I think, for over 5 generations now, 5 decades at least, you know. So yeah. So yeah, we're excited to be here, Jack, with you. I reached out to Jack because Jack is the guy that has had the right in Canada to be able to actually make FECO. And what Jack and I talked about was trying to make what he does on a regular basis, which is talk to patients and deal with all of the issues with patients every day. And I wanted to try to make it easier for him to do that and try to use technology to be able to try to capture some of the data that are coming in from these survivors, and then be able to take that data and make it available to future patients. So that's the general concept of how the FECO Playbook was put together. We collect data from survivors like Jack, and Jack has a great story, 13 years clean. And just to start the conversation off with there's 4 parts of the playbook, and one of them is diet and exercise. And we both believe that's probably the absolute #1 most important thing that you can do as a cancer warrior, is to change your diet. Jack, do you want to elaborate on that just a little bit?
Absolutely. Actually, diet is one of the most critical things that there is. Actually, I can prove that. I swallowed 6 grams of FECO every single day for an entire year. There isn't a human on the planet that can do that, and that was at 74% THC, and then the rest, the other cannabinoids. And my cancer came back a year later because I didn't change anything. My food was toxic. My marriage was toxic. My friends were toxic. My life was toxic. Everything I did was toxic, other than I opened up my mouth and I took cannabis oil. It did its job for as long as it could. I had to step up to the plate to have success. So
Well,
that's it in a nutshell.
that's awesome, Jack. And that's one thing that I learned from Jack about a year ago is to start changing my diet. And I took 3 months off of no sugar completely, and felt great. I cheated a little bit during the holidays, and it's a little bit hard getting back on track. But it amazingly ate away about 10 pounds of baby fat I had. You know, I didn't know you could get baby fat at 62, but I did. So yeah, the playbook's got 4 parts of it. That was diet and exercise. The other one is plant-based medicine. And the 2 plant-based medicines that we work on are cannabis, full extract cannabis oil, and also psilocybin mushrooms. Psilocybin mushrooms have their own place in our heart. Really cool story. This weekend, I'm in Miami at a Cannadelic festival, which is exactly what it sounds like. And I got to meet Paul Stamets, who's probably the OG of psilocybin.
Yeah, he's the guru of the mushroom of the planet world, man.
He's a smart guy. Last night at dinner, he received an award, and the whole dinner shut down and shut up. Nobody said a word while he was up there talking about what he was saying, and it was all genuine and intentional. And so today, walking in again, he was checking out of the hotel. He walked right by us. We stopped him again. He was very friendly, and he introduced us to the lady that is in charge of psilocybin and cancer. So of course that fits right into what we're doing, and Jack and I are both really excited about that. So diet and exercise and plant-based medicine. A third one is supplements. I really didn't know much about supplements when I started doing this, and between Jack and Pamela Haynes, they're both rock stars, and one of the things we like to talk about here at FECO Playbook is the way to become a rock star is you're a warrior when you're working through the process of beating cancer, and after you're done beating it and you start paying it forward by sharing your story, that makes you a rock star in our world. So here's a good list of the types of different supplements that work really well with all different types of cancer. We recommend, I used to ask Jack, what are the top 5? Jack said, there is no top 5. They need to get them all. And so that's what we do, is we encourage people to use each one of these type of supplements. Right now, the food in our world is toxic, and sad but true, because our food is our medicine. So Jack has us working through these supplements. We're trying to make it easier on patients and warriors to be able to take the supplements by including them into like one-stop shop type of environments that we're working with our partners up in Ada, Oklahoma. Maybe you heard Chip Paul speak earlier. That guy's a genius, him and his wife, Cindy. So that's 3 parts of the playbook. And the 4th playbook is remove toxins. And, initially when I heard that, what remove toxins was about, I was kind of thought it was like, have a bowel movement, get the shit out, and I guess initially I was right, but more importantly, Jack talks about the different environmental and social and political and all the crap that's out there, and you just need to eliminate yourself from it. Go to a better place and not deal with all that crap. So especially when you're dealing with cancer, you can't afford any extra effort. And so those are the 4 parts of it. Like I said, I couldn't have done it without Jack. Jack's been an integral part of answering the questions. The thing about the playbook, what we're trying to do is nobody's going to be here forever. I think Jack and I are probably going to live longer than most because we give back so much, knock on wood. But, our goal is to help. And for one is to get more stories. So if you have a story, you can go to fecoplaybook.org, go to tell your story, and build yourself a profile and tell your story. That way other people can see it. And we're learning more about how communities can help each other. So if you are a cancer warrior with prostate cancer, and you could get into a community of other warriors that are dealing with the exact same thing, that are looking at using other different types of holistic training, healing, or other types of Western medicines, and you could communicate together, we're finding that's very therapeutic. and it feels good. And more than anything, you know, you can pay it forward, but also you can receive too, which is a beautiful thing about paying it forward. Jack, what else you got that you can add? That what was our initial, what were you thinking when I talked to you initially? I mean, did the playbook make sense to you, or?
Oh, it absolutely did. You see, usually what happens when you get the cancer diagnosis, you're the deer caught in the headlights, and then you're under complete control of the guy, the white coat, and then he puts the fear of God into you, and then that's how they get you to do. And in this day and age, there's I mean, this type of treatment is we do it without surgery. It's actually quite painless. You know, when you go home and you're just going home to eat your fruits and veggies and shove cannabis in every hole you got, it's pretty easy.
And your life gets better, right? I mean,
absolutely is what happens.
This is a lifestyle.
It is. It's something that if you go down this road, it'll change your life forever. You won't be the same inhuman that you were, and that's guaranteed.
That's a beautiful thing. And another program that we're working on with Jack's friend from up in Canada, and you all heard Chip Paul talk earlier. The guy's a genius, and he understands how the endocannabinoid system really works, along with diet and exercise and different types of screening that are available besides, you know, the type of toxic screenings that the doctors usually push you towards, meaning CAT scans, PET scans, mammograms. Those aren't great to do. I mean, we're into thermography, bioscan, things that don't really affect you or hurt you or put any type of radiation into you, any unneeded radiation. So that's going to be a really cool thing that we got going. It's going to be, we're referring it to as treat the cause. One of the neat things about FECO is that it doesn't really fix the symptoms, but FECO, full extract cannabis oil, actually goes into your body, makes it stronger, makes your immune system stronger, puts you into homeostasis, and it allows you to fight the fight the way it's supposed to be fought, with your body fighting it. And that, by beating and fighting and treating the cause, it eliminates or minimizes the chance for it to come back, because Western medicine is specializing in treating the symptoms. And what we focus on is treating the cause. It's night and day. We don't have any idea why big pharma and the healthcare system doesn't focus more on treating the cause, other than that there's probably not financially lucrative for them to do that. I mean, I don't have any other reason why, except they wouldn't be able to build these big buildings. They shouldn't be called hospitals. They should be called preventive care facilities. Bringing people in there before you get sick, making you healthier, being able to fight this fight, and then you wouldn't have to have a hospital. I think we have it wrong. You know, our little preventive care facilities are a little corner strip shopping center, 2,000 square foot facilities in these hospitals, which we know aren't doing the right thing all the time. I mean, there's a time and place for them. They've done great work at times, but other times they do a lot of things just to be able to pay for that hospital. And it may be changing in the future. So keep an eye out for Treat the Cause. If you haven't ever heard of Frequency, you should do some research on it. If you're dealing with any type of cancer right now, especially in the Oklahoma area, reach out to us. Jamie will take care of you. She'll get you set up on the program. We have the ability now to also bring you into our area in Ada, Oklahoma, where we can do some training and education with these warriors. Actually run them through the program of frequencies and how to go in and start killing the bacteria and viruses that are actually causing cancer. Because cancer cells just don't go bad. They don't just wake up one day and say, "Oh, I'm going to be bad today." It's something in there, like some type of a malfunction of a virus, or most of the times it's a virus, and they can be cured. So if you go there and fight the virus and kill it, then the cancer starves itself. And that's really what we want to do. That way we know what our body is doing. And I've seen it firsthand myself, and been pretty impressed with the way the combo works. It's similar to like the entourage effect. Jack, would you agree that if you're combining frequency with FECO and a couple other types of, light therapy and things like that. It's real similar to the way that all the cannabinoids.
Absolutely, you're bringing the body back into harmonic balance, and that's what it is. And when you look at around, you look at all the different frequencies that we're being bombarded with, the Wi-Fi, the cell towers. Ourselves, we're just having havoc wreaked on them all the time. You put your cell phone up to your head, and that's the last thing that I do ever is put the cell phone up to my head when I'm talking to anybody. I always put it on speaker, because I've dealt now with, in the past 10 years, with 8 people and with cancer on the side of their ear and in their neck. And what do? They're on their cell phone all day long.
Damn.
And think about that.
That's removing toxins right there. That's a good example.
Yeah, that's just a different, from what I've read, olive oil does like the best extraction, but the problem with olive oil, it goes rancid over time. And so if you're battling cancer, and so if you extract it into an olive oil, and so now you've got 60 grams, and so it'll probably take roughly about a gallon to do a pound. So you've got 60, so now you've got to eat a gallon of olive oil, and just eating the pure FECO and putting it directly on the tongue or on the tongue is a lot easier. There's something that which I could never understand. Like I'm one of the guys, I prefer to do a soak, because when the way they do the extractions and everything, and then it comes out looking really nice and pretty like honey. And then we've removed all the fats and lipids out of the plant, and then we take it and then we put it back in the fats and lipids, and so the body can absorb it. That was just one of those things that so I've always included the fats and the lipids in the plants, because I thought the plant was kind of perfect the way it was made.
Hey, Jack, do a once over on the 3-minute soak and the 30-day soak, what the difference is.
Well, like for me, when I do a 3-minute soak, for me, that's just doing like a recreational wash. Now it's about flavor. And so now you're going to get the highest THC that you're going to get, but you'll get all the other cannabinoids will be down. So we'll just do it like this, or we're looking at a graph. So the THC will be 12 inches tall in the graph, and all the others will only be 3 inches tall. So if I do a month soak, now what happens, the 12-inch, it drops down to 9, but all the others come up to 7 and 8. So now we get everything that there is into the plant. And so now for the chlorophyll, and so this is just an opinion, I'm not a doctor or anything, but we eat our greens so we can get the chlorophyll. And then I just kind of wonder why we throw the chlorophyll away from the most important plant on the planet. And so that's just the way it's always been done. But now we have all the cannabinoids. And so, and I am a firm believer that you need to mix the plants. So you need a plant that is high in THC, you need a plant that is high in CBD, a plant that is high in CBN, a plant that is high in THCV, and you take all them, now blend them together. And a very easy way for me to explain it is like, if we just use one plant, we got 5 darts, but if I use 15 plants, I got 500 darts, and I'm going to throw them at you. I'm going to get you with one of them.
Hell yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's just how I look at it, and so all I know is the relief that I got out of this plant. It was pretty amazing.
Well, I've been up to Jack's house, and if you ever want to have 24 hours of fun, go see Jack. We started off with a smoothie that started to blow my mind, and then added another syringe full of something that actually got my mind halfway blown. And then we made FECO. We made a huge batch of it, and Jack showed me how to do a quick wash and how the chlorophyll stays out of it and how it was clean. And first thing we did was do a dab of it, and pretty amazing day and pretty relaxing. And he cooked me a vegetarian meal, rolled cabbage rolls, something that was to die for. But been pretty awesome, guys. We're here to help. Well, Jamie has been amazing. She's a great partner. She's the only way we could actually make this happen in Oklahoma. Our goal with this is to scale it. We're not going to do anything small. We think we can help every patient in the United States. The more data we get, the better it is. When we're partnering up with a group called Relief, Relief has an app that helps collect the data, so our data collection is going to get better and better, and
easier.
And easier to make people get better data, which is what we're doing this for. So it's cleaner, faster, better, and more. All those things are all coming your way from FECO Playbook.
Yep. So the next session is going to be starting here in just, I know you guys are having a blast at that event, so thank you for taking a time out. Log out of this session and jump into the one with Chip Paul on intermittent fasting and dietary changes. That'll start here in just a few minutes.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks
so much.
Thanks, y'all.